Logos are on standby.
Lose legal. Cue logo, please.
Every night before I go to bed, I make sure to gargle with pixie sticks. If that's a powder, you cough. You end up coughing, but that's how you know that the cavities are going away.
Startup game has been activated. We're set.
And the Dow Jones dropped about 11% today, leaving it at about 9,542. To be completely honest, I have no idea what that
Look,
means.
Mummy, there's a large creature eating me biscuit.
Wow, kid, your breakfast tastes like gravel.
I want that.
All right, we have one contestant. I repeat, one contestant.
Is something burning? Something's burning.
30 seconds to air.
Something is burning.
What are you doing up at the whisking hour? Most people are catching 40 wanks right about now. Why aren't you slundering? Oh well, since you're already aroused, how about some instructions?
This is not right.
Nope, got it. This one is chomping at the belt.
Okay, folks, we're getting close. 10 seconds.
Best of luck.
Check camera 3, please.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
They're not dolls!
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson. You might know me from Danielle Steele the movie. Did you want to play alone, or did you get stood up again? And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Tooties, butt kazoos, and anal instruments. Cleaning supplies sold separately.
So let's make this happen. Right off the bat, Tiger Wood. What should Tiger Woods change his name to if he wants to be associated with a monogamous animal? Dolphin Woods, Warthog Woods, Rooster Woods, or Beaver Woods? Unlike tigers, beavers are known to mate for life. And unlike Tiger Woods, rarely will you see them in a foursome. Say hello to Ninja Please! If the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were, say, 16 years old when their comic book first debuted, what should they be called now? Very elderly Mutant Ninja Turtles, retirement-aged Mutant Ninja Turtles, 40-something Mutant Ninja Turtles, or 30-something Mutant Ninja Turtles? Do you need a little help getting your bow staff up? Smart people choose this. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book debuted in 1984, so they'd be 40-something. And probably coming to terms with the fact that as their metabolisms change, they just can't eat all that pizza all the time and still expect to fit in their shells. How about Attica! 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 Imagine a new series of prison tycoon games where you must recreate famous American prisons. Which game would not be part of the series? Prison Tycoon Devil's Island, Prison Tycoon Leavenworth, Prison Tycoon Sing Sing, or Prison... No. One right answer coming up. Devil's Island is in French Guiana. And French Guiana is in, don't know where French Guiana is.
Everybody quattro, hey!
It's time for Flying Solo. And I'd say it's about time for this or that. I'm gonna rattle off the names of 7 different musical acts. And for each one, I'd like you to tell me if it's the name of a solo performer or the name of a band. If it's a solo act, press the square button. If it's a band, press your circle button. Each one you get right earns you 300 concert tees, but each one you get wrong is gonna cost you. Finish up in less than 30 seconds and I might let you backstage. Okay, let's move. Jethro Tull, Steely Dan, Leonard Skinner, Veruca Salt, Judas Priest, Marcy Playground, Gnarls Berkeley. Even the roadies are mocking you. I wasn't nearly as surprised to find out none of those bands were solo artists as I was when I found out that Justin Bieber wasn't a girl.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Coming up next, Where the Wild Things Are. Oh man, I love the children's book Where the Wild Things Are, but tell me this, if instead of Let the Wild Rumpus Begin, Max yelled, Let the Wild Ructus Begin, what would the new book be called? Where the Wild Farts Are, Where the Wild Burps... Why didn't you pick this? A ructus or eructation is a burp or belch. I learned how to burp on command when I was about 6, and it always makes me feel like a kid again when I do it. Ow! My hernia! And my acid reflux! Sadly, no. But since you're clearly a flatulence enthusiast, you've just won a Wazoo Kazoo from Tootie's Butt Kazoos and Anal Instruments. Because everybody's moon deserves its own tune. Tootie's Wazoo Kazoo. Just pucker up and blow one. You'll be happy to know this wrong answer of the game comes with $4,000. Congrats. We've finished round 1. And you should be very proud of that score, because I'm not. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. Okay, how about it? Here's a good one. Taj Mahal and Oates. What would be the best name for an episode of Extreme Makeover in which Ty Pennington remodels the Taj Mahal?
Extreme Makeover Mausoleum Edition! Extreme Makeover Temple Edition!
This is the part where I rob you blind. Want to see the answer? Built in Agra, India by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, the Taj Mahal is a mausoleum in memory of his favorite wife. Should be a pretty good show. I'm looking forward to seeing the Taj Mahal with a race car themed bedroom and 2-story doghouse. Take a stab at Hot Gotham Knights. Imagine that after defeating Killer Croc, Batman and Robin faced a villain named Killer Ray Kroc. What would be an appropriate exclamation from the Boy Wonder? Holy helicopter, Batman! Holy Ray Kroc, though not a killer, is the American businessman and franchisor responsible for a small hamburger chain now known as McDonald's. I once bought a holy hamburger on eBay. The bun looked just like Mother Teresa. This is buns.
Plucking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Try this on for size. My nose hairs shop with that one celebrity in Spain, the moon. Oh man, last night I was watching great performances on PBS because the cable was out, obviously. And I sucked down 5 cans of Easy Cheese while they ran this old Shakespeare play. I fell asleep halfway through and had the craziest dream. My cat Mayonnaise was the king, and I was Mayonnaise's brother, but I wanted to be king, so I kept killing or putting in prison anyone else who I thought could ever be king besides me. Finally, Mayonnaise died, and I became king, but everyone hates me, and this other kingdom invades, led by my mom. Attack! And I was riding my other cat Poopsie into battle, but I fell off, and I was like, my kingdom for another cat! But then my mom killed me. Oh, and I had a hunchback. That's kind of important. Holy crap, what play did I half see last night on PBS? Was it Henry V, Richard III, Henry IV Part 2, or Richard II? My response is in 2 parts. You are dumb. And now for part 2. And you smell bad. The end. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. Oh yeah, I watched a production of Richard III, evil dude with a hump. Totally. Normally I love dreams where I have a hump, but not like that.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, if I'm right.
Next up, runaway, eventually bride. What would Julia Roberts' name be if she took and kept the last name of every man she's married? Julia Roberts Patrick Lovett Bratt, Julia Roberts Sutherland Bratt Motor, Julia Roberts McDermott Sutherland, or Julia Roberts Lovett Motor? I have a letter here from your cash. It wants a divorce. Here's what you meant to pick. Despite a couple famously disastrous engagements, Roberts has only been married twice, to country singer Lyle Lovett and her current husband, the not famous Daniel Motor. And someday, if I play my cards right, she will be Julia Roberts Lovett Motor Masterson Clooney. I mean, she'll leave me for Clooney, but I'll be cool with it because it's Clooney.
Hold me, never let me go.
This one's known as Once Upon a Game Show Dreary. When I'm around my cultured friends, you know, at art galleries, book readings, cockfights, I like to quote great literature. One of my favorites is Edgar Allan Poe. But this passage doesn't sound quite right. Can you identify the mistake? Quote the raven, nevermore. What's wrong with that? Quote the raven or nevermore. Nevermore is a pretty good way to describe your score. It's so obvious. Edgar Allan Poe wrote, quoth the raven nevermore, not quote the raven nevermore. And you can quote me on that. Welcome to the attack. When you see two clues... I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. I'll say it 3 times. Good luck, good luck, good luck. That's all she wrote! A modest score for a truly modest player. I imagine you're a minimalist. And by that I mean, you probably have a minimal amount of friends.
You don't know Jack!
Nice work, folks. Donnie, what's going on?
Hey, are you eager to play another round?
I like your hoodie. Where'd you get it?
Pack, son.
Oh, where's...
America strongly suggests using rye whiskey instead of bourbon and stirring the cocktail rather than shaking it to prevent creating a displeasing foam on top.
Okay, we've got one contestant ready to go.
Cooking with the Norse gods.
Okay, guys, let's get ready. 10 seconds.
Have Bunyan.
All right, let's check the discipline, please.
6, 5,
Okay, fade to black.
3.
Vader is still Luke's father.
This is Cookie, and last night I dreamt I was Shelley Long again. You know what I love more than anything? Wasting all these great questions on a single player. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by...
high-end brand leather toilet paper. We put the assy in classy.
So why not get started? Right off the top, when you're old, bones are hard to come by. Hey, remember the nursery rhyme Old Mother Hubbard? She went to the cupboard to give her poor dog a bone, but when she got there, the cupboard was bare and the poor dog had none. Shut up, doggy! Somebody get this damn intern's dog out of here! Based on his Scientology teachings, what advice would L. Ron Hubbard most likely give Old Mother Hubbard? Don't worry, you can see your dog in heaven. Don't worry, you can see your dog in another life. Don't worry, after your dog dies, it ceases to exist. Scientologists believe that people come back in life after life after life, a kind of reincarnation. Actually, according to Scientology, old Mother Hubbard may herself have been a dog in a previous life. Not that she's any sort of hottie in this life either. I call this one, good luck, woodchuck. Okay, listen carefully. If a woodchuck could chuck wood, and the woodchuck would not chuck anything else, regardless of how much wood the woodchuck could chuck, what would the woodchuck be? Caprophagus, xylophagus, necrophagus, or geophagus? Geophagy is the act of eating dirt, which should be pretty familiar to you, as I imagine you've been eating smarter people's dust all your life. No, I'll get this. Chucking, eating, or burrowing into wood are all examples of xylophagy. That's how a xylophone gets its name, because it's made out of wood. Which only serves as another reminder. Never leave your woodchuck in the same room as your xylophone. May I introduce Where Pop Culture Meets Agriculture. All right, before we ask our next question, we're going to bring out a young member of our local 4-H club, Jimmy Ritter and his prize cow, Shamrock.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Masterson. I'm excited to be on the show, and so is Shamrock.
Okay, Billy, you're going to have to clean that up. Anyway, go for it.
If the 4-H club wanted to cut the crap and change its name to the number of H's that really appear in its 4-word motto, what would it call itself? 5H, 4H, 3H, or 2H? The H's in 4H stand for head, heart, hands, and health, but health has 2 H's.
So, Billy, you raised Shamrock yourself?
That's Jimmy, Mr. Masterson. And yep, I raised him from a young calf.
Well, you two must be real close.
We sure are, but farm life is farm life, and now it's time to slaughter him.
Hey! No! And on its way, Zhuzh, you're dead. And it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one, tell me if it's the name of a Zhuzh pet electronic hamster or a form of Decon brand rodent bait. If it's the name of a Zhuzh pet, press the square button. If it's a form of Decon rat bait, press your circle button. Each one right, get you some cheese. Each one wrong, get you a little bit of the hantavirus. And keep an eye on the clock. Finish the maze quickly for a bonus reward. Alrighty then, here it comes. Pellets. Patches. Wedge. Chunk. Pouch. Nugget. Num-nums. Not too bad. Maybe if you'd stop huffing mosquito repellent, you'd do a little better. I've got some Decon pellets, pouches, and wedges here, and to tell you the truth, they look and smell delicious. I sure would like to... Hey, intern!
Yes, Mr. Masterson, you called?
Here, Jason, try this.
It's Jennifer?
Right, whatever. Try some of this chicken.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right. I guess I'll have some fiddle faddle.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
And now, Son of 10,000 Maniacs. Based on its ingredients, which root beer might help the kids on Elm Street stay awake to fend off Freddy Krueger? A&W, Barks, Mug, or Hires? Barks is one of the few root beers to contain caffeine, which might help the kids on Elm Street stay awake so Freddy Krueger doesn't kill them in their sleep. Another way to avoid Freddy, don't move to Elm Street. Let's say so long to round 1. And you've got a pretty nice score. It's a shame there's nobody here to share it with. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And don't forget, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer to the game. Now get out there and make me proud. Here's one I like to call, I'd rather be an old maid than a young nerd. If you lost your regular card deck and had to play poker with Magic the Gathering cards, what would a full house look like? 2 Black Knights, 2 Fireballs, and an Elvish Fury, 2 Shivan Dragons and 3 Grizzly Bears, 2 Hearts of Ramos, 2 Hearts of Bogard, and 1 Heart of Light, or 3 Delirium. In poker, a full house is 3 of a kind combined with 2 of a kind. But hey, why play poker when you've got Magic the Gathering cards, am I right? That's 7 to 12 consecutive hours of inconclusive gameplay right there. And you can still play tomorrow after you spend your entire allowance on even more cards. Up next, a question for the whole family. We need more family-friendly entertainment. Movies and TV just have too much sex and violence and bad language. It drives me f***ing crazier than a f***ing with a plug. What would you expect to see in the movie trailer for the family-friendly flick, My Diurnal Dad? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson mowing the lawn during a David Hasselhoff is never the right answer. This would have worked. A diurnal dad would be active during daylight hours. There's nothing more family-friendly than daylight. As opposed to the very unfamily-friendly horror film My Nocturnal Nana 2, about a grandma who kills somebody every time she gets up in the middle of the night to pee.
Plucking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Take a stab at, I'm totally going to score. God bless the Great Wall of China buffet on a Tuesday afternoon at 3. It's just me, piles of fried MSG, and some lonely people reading romance novels. And of course, I picked up some fortune cookies.
Cookie, fortune,
Okay, here's my fortune. You will ace the next big test life throws at you. Interesting. What will I do then? Get a 32 on the ACT, get a 400 on the GED, get a 2400 on the SAT, or get a 10,250 on the MCAT. A 2400 on the SAT is deemed a perfect score. Which is a coincidence because after lunch at the Great Buffet of China, I SAT on the toilet for about 2,400 minutes.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm 99.
Take a good look at... I don't think we're in Gotham anymore, Toto. Which Batman villain could double as a character from The Wizard of Oz? Dr. Victor Freeze? Edward Nygma? Oswald Cobblepot? Let me show you something. Jonathan Crane, a.k.a. the Scarecrow. I hear they're remaking The Wizard of Oz to be darker and edgier just like they did with the Batman movies. Dorothy is even going to speak in Christian Bale's scary Batman voice. There's no place like home! There's no place like home!
Hold me, never let me go. And my dream
May I introduce... Hot Jobs was not what I thought it would be. Times are tough, and I've been thinking lately I may need to get a second job to help make ends meet. Maybe use my skills as an artist. I don't have a lot of range, but I'm good at drawing hands. And no, that's not weird. Because they don't have a hand in their logo, which company is least likely to hire me for a hand job? United Way, Allstate, Lego, or Yellow Pages? United Way, Allstate, and Yellow Pages all have hands in their logos, but Lego does not. If the art thing doesn't work out, I could always try to get work in my other passion, Brazilian jazz. I'm quite the BJ expert. Brace yourself for... I'm sorry, was I talking too much? Fine, here's your clue. I know who killed me. You're looking for the one who knocked him dead. Good luck. There you have it! Of all the gin joints in the world, I had to be here instead, watching you play a game instead of looking cool and getting drunk and having affairs with Ingrid Bergman. This bull sucks.
You don't know Jack!
That'll do it, folks. What's going on, Donnie?
So, are you thinking you'd like to enrage in more tomflummery?
This week on Racist Doctor.
Doctor, we're losing him.
We've tried everything.